Welcome to our group's presentation on the University of Miami Applied Learning Science Ed.D program onboarding evaluation for our organizational learning course with Dr. Carpenter. The APLS onboarding may be one of the first experiences that students have with the University of Miami, and therefore it's a vital component to student academic success and sense of community. The purpose of this evaluation is to analyze the current onboarding process, to provide recommendations for strengthening the onboarding experience in terms of preparing students for the academic rigor associated with doctoral degree level work, as well as creating a welcoming environment where students identify as part of the University of Miami community. The problem with the current onboarding is that the modules do not sufficiently prepare students for the academic workload or create a sense of belonging to the hurricane community. The goals of this evaluation are to provide recommendations to improve the modules, to increase student confidence, develop clear expectations for coursework, improve foundational skills, and create an intentional and welcoming environment for new hurricanes. It's imperative to note that time management skills directly link to academic success for adult learners. Onboarding should address effective time management skills to ensure success. Additionally, peer support and clear communication of expectations increases self-efficacy and confidence for adult learners. Therefore, onboarding must include clear instructions, vital resources, and opportunities for peer interaction to be effective. Lastly, self-determination theory points to competence, relatedness, and autonomy for improvement of motivation. Motivation is essential for adult learner engagement in higher education. Onboarding must employ aspects of SDT to improve motivation and engagement. The rationale for this evaluation is therefore grounded in principles of andragogy, in that adult learners bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to their education and require autonomy, relevance, problem-based learning in their curriculum. Asynchronous online learning, defined as internet-based, flexible participation learning environments, has been shown to work well for adult learners and increased engagement in course materials. This increased engagement can also increase sense of community, which further adds complexity to the APLS onboarding remaining insufficient. In order for onboarding to better serve the community, we created a systems map to determine areas where change may create the most impact. This concept map depicts how the APLS onboarding processes currently function. The core parts to student readiness include communication from advising and the Blackboard module content, both of which get students engaged and prepare them for the APLS program. Student engagement is located at the center as it's the main driver of student readiness. Engagement is shaped not only by the Blackboard modules, but by external factors like the quality of communication, ease of technology access, and individual personal barriers. Collectively, these components either build or limit student engagement and will either support or hinder student readiness. Seeing as we did not have access to advising resources, our evaluation focuses on the module content for building engagement and readiness. From this systems map, we created a Google Form survey. Within our Google Form survey, there were 9 questions, 3 multi-select concerning components for preparedness, like identifying strengths and weaknesses of the APLS onboarding program. There were 2 yes/no questions about feeling prepared for the program and for feeling a sense of community. There were 3 multiple choice questions, one identifying the role of advising, identifying a change to be made to the onboarding program, and one for selecting a star rating out of 5 stars. Finally, there was one open-ended question for asking one improvement to the onboarding process. This form was shared with the authors and 2 members of our Critical Friends group. We collected 6 responses through the form. Following the form, the authors continued the discussion in a group text chat to explore additional challenges. Once everyone had contributed, we combined the insights from both the Google form and the chat discussion and created our SWOT analysis, making sure that all perspectives were represented. The data collected demonstrates that students were feeling underprepared for the courses in the APLS program, with 100% of students feeling somewhat or not very prepared, and most students felt no sense of community within the cohort. Overall, the onboarding scored a 2.67 star rating, and the mode was 2, with 3 people selecting that answer. With this data in mind, this SWOT analysis displays strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. One strength that was noted by the group members was that there was an onboarding process, as we all have started jobs or other activities that lacked that process. Additionally, 66.7% of participants reported that the introduction to U Online module strengthened their readiness and their sense of community. And 50% noted that having the onboarding on the Blackboard learning management system used for the duration of our program was a strength. Two survey participants and further discussion within our group identified the tuition and billing module, particularly IT information and student services information, as useful. Outside of the survey, discussion highlighted the self-paced nature of the onboarding and the inclusion of an APA-focused module. Finally, the ability to reference all of the onboarding information throughout the duration of the program is noted as a strength. Weaknesses included that the onboarding was not memorable and it was lacking University of Miami branding after the initial historic video. A lack of clear communication concerning optional information and confusion over emailed orientation checklists, Zoom introduction meetings, and Blackboard modules, sometimes containing differing information, were noted by 5 participants. Next, the inclusion of non-program specific information, the use of an incorrect APA template, and lack of required peer interaction were cited as not helpful for preparedness or community. Additionally, through group discussion, it was noted that not all course materials are listed in the provided Excel sheet in the modules. And finally, that the APA module was a strength, however, there was no feedback on the required assignment, so corrections to any errors could not be done. With a myriad of weaknesses, there is opportunity for improvement. 4 survey participants noted the need for an accurate, timely, and in-depth APA module with feedback and an APLS-specific module including program sequence, sample capstone, rubrics, and suggested readings. 66.7% of participants requested increased time management resources, and through our group discussion and open-ended question, peer mentorship with existing cohorts, and a University of Miami welcome package would foster a sense of community. Lastly, providing everyone a post-survey after their first course to help identify any weaknesses and provide resources could help students having continued academic challenges. While these opportunities could benefit the APLS onboarding, there are limitations to enacting these ideas in practice. Delayed or lack of communication among instructors, U-Online departments, and the brick-and-mortar University of Miami facility may make it difficult to provide up-to-date information. Additionally, students not in the Eastern time zone may feel added delay in communication from the institution or their peers. When it comes to time management, adding more modules may create excessive time burdens to students or heavy workloads for faculty and staff participating and giving feedback. Next, it must be noted that the time between acceptance and program start dates may be very short with rolling admissions, and we want to keep costs low, and providing University of Miami gear may be too costly. We do have recommendations based on our SWOT analysis. During the onboarding experience, students should participate in a learning module that focuses on teaching academic skills like time management, accurate APA citation, e-portfolio management, and ways to maintain motivation. This could be self-paced and available 6 months before the courses begin. At the end of the modules, students should have a greater confidence in completing the APLS program. Additionally, peer chats could consist of incoming students being paired with second-year students that could serve as mentors. During the peer chats, students can ask questions regarding the program and assignments, and mentors can offer guidance and a sense of community. We also would like all onboarding and course materials available at least 3 weeks before classes start and maintained quarterly to ensure its accuracy. Finally, instead of a separate onboarding that is specific to the program, there could be a survey after the first course that measures student confidence levels, understanding of program guidelines, and a place to voice any issues they are experiencing. This survey could focus on qualitative and quantitative data and be used to identify any changes in future onboarding processes. These are our references, and thanks for watching.